The show is about to start. Buckle up, 'cause here we go.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. Because all you little hulksters out there, you're watching the MG Show on YouTube and Rumble. Wait, I almost sound like Alex Jones. I will eat your... Shady, welcome to the show.
It's Friday. Welcome, everybody, to the show. You are live at the MG Show on Friday. Jeff, it is already November the 7th. Wow. We are now wrapping up our first week back on YouTube, and I am going to report to our YouTube audience right here that we are going to be leaving YouTube in 1 hour today, headed over to Rumble Premium. What are we doing on Rumble Premium, Jeff?
Well, today we are doing Pandora's Box again. Every Friday for an hour or so, we do Pandora's Box, the unseen, hidden hand behind the New World Order. And essentially, it is exactly what Q has been talking about. Today, we're going to talk about for liberty and justice for all, 1984, George Orwell, that kind of stuff. We're going to get into that because it's actually been quite an epiphany, Shady Groove, as we're reading this together, knowing what we know now and knowing what your president, Donald J. Trump, is doing. I see a lot of people, even on Facebook, that I used to follow saying, Trump is not draining the swamp, he's swimming in it. No, he is draining the swamp, but you have no idea what economics is. You have no idea why we blew up another drug boat. But if you watched our Friday show, you understand the actual war President Donald J. Trump, the FBI, CIA, everybody, you understand what he's doing. And God bless Donald J. Trump, Shady.
He's waging a war against the globalists who were trying to destroy America and end everything known to be government by the people. Okay. Right. What they want to eliminate is they want to eliminate government for and by the people. They want government from the top down. They do not want government from the ground up. That's the reason that you see every single thing that you see is someone from on high telling you that what you have to think, not the people that are around you telling you that and encouraging you to think what you do think. That's exactly what we should be doing. We should be encouraging everybody to think what they do think. But everybody has a whole heap of bad information. And now what you're seeing is a clear distinction of what we have been saying here on this show.
Show is about to...
For the last 3 years, we've been saying on this show exactly what have we been saying that these people were going to do, even if Donald Trump got elected. We told you that certain members of his orbit wouldn't be in the administration, and we told you that whenever they were locked out of the administration, they would start ginning up conspiracies out of thin air. And
That's
where
right.
are we less than 1 year in?
Well, and where are we now? We've got the head of a P underscore personnel, Dan Scavino. Let me just read what Dan Scavino wrote this morning at 10:56 a.m. on November 7th today. If you're going for a great new job opportunity, it would help not to be an asshole on the phone thinking you've got the job because of who you know on the inside. I don't care. Treat people the way you wish to be treated, respectful and kind. No need to be cocky or arrogant. Wow, and that timestamp 9:56 leads to panic mode. Enjoy the show. Shady Groove. Wow. I wonder who he's talking about.
I wonder who he is talking about. Probably the same person, the same group that he's been talking about.
You mean the ones that treat us like crap and act cocky and arrogant?
The ones that ignore what Donald Trump is saying and act like Donald Trump is doing something wrong is a little bit more significant. You know, like think about what they're doing. They're like, well, this is the reason the MG show is following. You will see as we move forward, we are following right on the heels of Donald Trump. We are listening to every single thing he says. We can't get enough of what he is saying, and we can't get enough of seeing how great the winning is going. But if you were to not watch Donald Trump at all and not pay attention to anything he says, and you could go watch Fox News and Twitter, and boy, oh boy, in 3 seconds, you would think that everybody in the whole world thinks Donald Trump is doing the absolute wrong thing, and that he is like, just like what you said, Jeff, they're saying he's swimming in the swamp. No, he's not swimming in the swamp. If he were swimming in the swamp, the news coverage for Donald Trump would be 90% positive.
Yeah. And
where's
by the way,
news coverage?
I want to address the people yesterday. By the way, our video on Rumble got standing right now, yesterday, right? We took a lot of flack for standing up for Erika Kirk and not going with the groupthink. In fact, they called us groupthink for thinking for ourselves, Shady.
Yeah, that's
that video got that video yesterday got 42.4 thousand views on Rumble. So you guys can.
Well, at least that people are seeing the truth.
Yeah. And thank you, Rumble, for actually, because we are swimming upstream in a stream full of psychological operations. I mean, there was another good thing that happened yesterday. You remember we've been talking about Kyle Seraphin, and the Daily Beast agrees with Kyle Seraphin, and Lincoln Project, and all these asshats talking about Kash Patel. You guys got to realize it looks like this is pretty interesting. This is looks like Kyle Seraphin's grift has been fully exposed. This is Ben Williamson is the assistant director for public affairs at the FBI. Okay, so this is as high as you can go, in my opinion, as far as them wanting to give you any whatever air to this bull crap theory. Just disassembled Kyle's entire X feed for the past few weeks. Let's go ahead and read it because it's important, guys. Okay, Ben Williamson again. He is the assistant director for public affairs at the FBI, working for Director Kash and Deputy Director Bongino. Okay. This is one of the dumbest articles I've ever read. Among many issues, it insinuates Director Patel was visiting Mar-a-Lago last weekend when he was actually in Florida visiting his parents. Now, remember, Kyle said he was in Mar-a-Lago getting yelled at by President Trump. That is now busted.
And we already knew that wasn't true.
Yep. So it also claims he's frequently going to Nashville when he's been there a grand total of 5 times in 9 months. There is also zero basis that he's abusing the jet, including weekends. Kash has flown on personal trips home to Vegas, for example, about a dozen times since February. Most times limited to a couple of days, whereas many who relocate for government service go home almost every weekend. He is a required use traveler, just like we told you right here on the MG show. Okay, we went over all this. He's a required use traveler by Congress with the FBI plane. Just like his predecessors, he chooses to fly out of government airfields, which saves millions, while his predecessors spent millions using more airports like DCA. Most of the flights you see from FBI are Director Patel visiting the field, which is what he promised to do in his Senate confirmation. Kash, Bongino, and Bailey are taking the focus off of D.C. and putting it back in the local field offices across the country where the need for law enforcement resources are far greater. Again, while I despise wasting time on this issue, most of these articles are being written by people who are upset they can no longer use the FBI to launder clicks over fake investigations of political opponents. Okay. And he's responding to Sam Stein. Sam Stein is a MSDNC. So Bulwark, which is where Sam Stein, which is where Will Summers is, MSDNC, and Kyle Seraphin, they're all on the same page. Glenn Beck's guy, that what is his name? I can't remember his name. He chimed in yesterday as well with Alexis Wilkins. What?
The Baker, was it Baker? Who?
Sam Baker, USA. Yeah. All of these people are asshats. Can I repeat? These people don't know what the F they're talking about. To quote Donald J. Trump,
they're just making stuff up. See, this is what we're talking. This is what we're saying. We've been telling you about Alex Jones. We've been telling you about General Flynn. Why have we been so animated about this? Because this is what they do. They pretend like they're on your team until they're ready to not. And then they force all the people, they divide, force division on lines of like where you could say people listen to what you say without looking into it. And then the other part of the people look into it and realize that what you're saying isn't true. That's the divide. What are you talking? Like, how do you do that? They do that over and over and over and over again. That is exactly what Candace is doing. That's exactly what all of these people that are like, reposting her on Twitter are doing. They're all trying to weaken MAGA before the 2026 midterms. Therefore, the Democrats get a leg up. The communists get a leg up. That's what they think they can do. They think that they can hide Trump's winning. Would you agree with Shady if Shady said that the mainstream media are doing their dead level best to make sure that they do not show anybody what it is that Trump is doing and how successful he is being? What is the difference between what the mainstream media is doing and what people like Tucker and Candace are doing? They are doing their dead level best to make you think that somehow Donald Trump is doing something wrong and that he's being inadequate. Just like we told you that the military-industrial complex networks would do the moment that he got elected if he iced them out, which he has done. He has iced out Flynn Network, he has iced out Alex Jones Network, and he has iced out Roger Stone's network.
And Bannon's
network. All iced out.
Yeah, and we saw that picture with one of the transition team from Mondami and Steve Bannon. Yeah. So, it'll be great when these, when the cover is blown. It's being blown if you guys are paying attention. And I'm just, here to say that we follow Donald Trump. I got a lot of crap yesterday for saying that I don't believe in a lot of these psychological operations being perpetrated on Erika Kirk and the death of Charlie. Okay. They're saying a microphone did it. I looked into it. There's no way. Okay, stop. They're saying, there was an Egyptian plane that turned off a transponder and dropped some guy off. And I didn't see an Egyptian shoot anybody. They're saying that Israeli phones were in the audience. The Israeli phones didn't shoot. I am waiting, and everybody else should wait. And you ask all the questions you want, but when you look at this stuff and say, "Oh my God, this is ridiculous," call it ridiculous instead of falling into what the group think really is. I am thinking for myself. I always have, and I'm always wrong, Shady.
Do you know what the difference is?
Till I'm right.
You know what the difference is? The difference is this. I don't look at a situation and try to find a conspiracy. Yeah. I look at a situation, and if I find a conspiracy, I find one. Do you understand? You can't look with the eyes that there's automatically something there. If you look at anything in Deep Dream on Twitter, if you look at anything with the eyes that something is already there, you will see it. It's a confirmation bias. To be neutral and back to center and zero, you've got to say, I don't believe anything, and approach the situation as if you believe nothing. I don't believe anything that anybody says. And then I look at the situation, and then I come here and I tell you guys the conclusions. Well, first, the two of us
what we thought
about. Yeah, and then we come here and talk about our conclusions.
Mm-hmm. And then Trump posts exactly what we said.
and then we say future proofs past.
Yeah, we get cover from the president all the time. In fact, when we were starting to question, General Flynn on 8/8/2023, Donald Trump said, Keith Kellogg, you got to read the book, and chapter 8 is out like Flynn. So what I'm trying to say is do you think Kyle Seraphin, General Flynn, Candace Owens are butthurt by anything?
I
Do you think Candace Owens is butthurt by not being involved with TPUSA and being forced out and Charlie called her a witch? Do you think that Kyle Seraphin, for being fired from the FBI and not having a role in the FBI, is butthurt for not having that?
Dan Bongino wouldn't let him back?
Yeah. And Dan Bongino platformed him, okay? So Dan Bongino knows more now than he did then. Okay? Obvi. And he refollowed me. That was weird. Or unblocked me, I should say. Unblocked.
Yeah.
And then who was else? So we got, and then General Flynn. Do you think General Flynn is butthurt for being fired in 23 days for lying to President Donald J. Trump? Occam's razor, Shady Grove, the simplest, explanation is probably the one. And I think that is the simplest explanation to explain why these people are saying such BS things, Shady.
And so that I can update the audience that might not know, what we learned in Keith Kellogg's book, War by Other Means, was that General Flynn was not actually fired because he lied to Pence. He was fired because of his dereliction of duty to tell President Trump that Kislyak, the contact to Vladimir Putin, had contacted him and wanted to talk to the president a week earlier.
Yeah.
That's the reason General Flynn was fired.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of many, I'm sure.
I'm sure it is, but that
the guy
was the one
is such. And then he sat with Mueller 16 times. So he cooperated with Mueller.
Mm-hmm.
You guys understand that he's a hero?
General Flynn's a hero. He cooperated with Mueller to try to get Donald Trump impeached. What a hero.
Yeah.
He's best friends with Comey.
Wow. All right. So, anyways, that is the simplest answer, guys. They're butthurt, Shady. They're upset that they don't have a position within the FBI Seraphin, within Trump's administration Flynn, and within TPUSA Candace Owens.
And also, what's going on is they're seeing TPUSA grow, and they're seeing something that they can't control, and they're seeing something that they don't have. They don't have Mockingbird mind control over Turning Point USA. And they're trying to establish it. That Turning Point USA has a massive outreach, a real network of real young people that these globalist intelligence operations like Bannon and Flynn, they have no contact with these people whatsoever. So what do you do if you can't be part of it? You've got to ruin it. Remember their modus operandi: rule or ruin. If we can't rule over it, then we're going to try to destroy it.
So with Candace Owens, do you think she's trying to destroy TPUSA?
Yes.
I'm not asking you, Shady.
I'm sorry.
I'm asking the audience. You ask the questions. The truth is learned. I can't tell you, but I can kind of say I can tell you what I saw and what I think. And that's okay, right? I can stand away from the pack, right? I can stand outside of groupthink, right, Shady?
No, we're not allowed to do that. We're like being told to come over here and say Black Lives Matter.
Oh, gotcha.
General Flynn's a hero. Oh, got to say that. Oh, no. Charlie Kirk. Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Oh, you got to say that. Oh, Israel controls Trump. Oh, you got to say that. Oh, Epstein files were real. Got to say that. All BS. Thank you for that, by the way. That helped tremendously.
Well, I mean, it adds a little bit of color.
No, it adds a little bit of ridiculous absurdity, bro. This is what we have to have. We have to teach people. This is what the MG show is doing. We're teaching you that absurdity is not reality. Okay. The globalists, what they do is they live in the absurd. They're trying to get you, if they could draw you, the deception is the absurd. Oh, yeah, men can be women. Absurd. Oh, we don't need borders. Absurd. Like the most unbelievable things they could come up with, and then they get people to believe it, and that's how you fracture society. That's how you liquefy reality.
Liquidate and liquefy. Maggie817 says, yes, Candace is an intelligence asset. The plan all along was to take out TPUSA, which is a threat to the cabal. That's interesting. I mean, it certainly looks like it, doesn't it?
Who she's married to. Look at what their agenda is. Look at what she's married to, connections to the bloodlines and the Balfour Declaration, where she's out there screaming about the Jews.
And he was also TPUSA bigwig in the UK.
True.
All right, so Poussin says, Friday challenge, who's with me? Let's show the guys some love. Yes, we really need your help, guys. Thank you so much. That's a $17 Rumble Rant P. Thank you. Pastor Chatelet gave 5 subscriptions to the MG Show. Thank you. And Sandy Star White says, I'm in with the $17 Rumble Rant. We really do need your help, guys. Let's see.
And a player.
Tweak. No, Tweak. Epstein was actually prosecuted and arrested for that. I mean, do you not realize he was in jail? I mean, don't people know that people were hurt by Epstein and he was actually arrested?
I didn't see the comment. What was the comment?
What are y'all saying, that Epstein didn't beep little kids and have blackmail operation? Are you saying the Epstein list isn't a thing because nobody wrote names in a list?
No, we're saying you already have it.
Yeah.
We're saying that number one, we're saying there was no quote unquote list. There was a black book that was unredacted that you can go look at and read every name in that black book. And then there are flight logs, and
you can assume certain things from the flight logs, according to Q.
According to the facts, everything related to Jeffrey Epstein is unredacted, and you can go look at it. If you want to pretend like there was a quote unquote blackmail list, then prove that existed, because from what we understand and from what has been shown to us, that did not exist. And actually, Jeffrey Epstein was not pimping children to other people. People were pimping children to him.
Ghislaine Maxwell was also arrested for that.
And she's currently locked up for that, right?
Interesting. Land of Hoya, MG Show, or Master Psyop Slayers. Thank you so much. $47 Rumble Rant. Storm Rider says LFG. Storm Rider 17. Thank you. Ducks 444 says 17. Nowhere else. Thank you. Lindy B087 says love you guys. Love you. G Brothers. Thank you for the subscription earlier as well, G Brothers. And $17 Rumble Rant says best in the world. Thank you so much.
Send your friends over to argue with us.
What?
Send your friends over to argue with us. What we wanted to encourage you guys to do is to, like, okay, you don't need to have these arguments with your friends. Send them over to our show and we'll argue with them for you. That you can look at us as a mirror to understand, like, wait a minute, because this is what you need to do. You need to, like C-Page said yesterday, touch grass. And then you need to say into a mirror, take the mirror outside with you, say some of the things that you're believing into the mirror, and see if you can believe yourself saying it to yourself before you say it to somebody else. Because what you're effectively doing is you're isolating the hell out of people, or isolating yourself from other people. And that's what they really want. They want you to be like crazy loon all by yourself in your cottage and no one talking to you.
Yao Ming says outstanding teachings as always. Thank you. $10. Rumble Rant. Rev Rob says I'm here. YouTube, Facebook, all the same time. Thank you. Tweak says no criminal. Tweak, I'm going to answer you again. No criminal writes a list about their crimes and their accomplices. I agree. There's no list, but he was a bad dude and tied to lots of countries. Absolutely. We agree with you on that. And I also want to let you know that in order to prove a crime against Epstein or Bill Clinton or anybody that went to that island, we need a victim. Okay? We need a victim. And as you look in and dig in, there was $500 million or more given to the victims. Now, what I think happened, it was, President Trump calls it a scam. What is a scam? A scam is something that they do. So there was a book written by one of the people that went up against Epstein, a lawyer, and he said that they're using fake victims to launder money. So basically they say, okay, XYZ person has a complaint against Epstein. She wants to take it to court, and then she's paid off $20 million. That $20 million is then taken by these big investment bankers and say, hey, we'll give you $5 million now, and then they keep the $20 million, thereby laundering and keeping money. So I think there's more to it. So stay tuned. Let's figure it out. But we need a victim in order to arrest people. It's very simple. It's logic, right, Shady?
Yeah. Let me just clarify, because what you're saying is the cornerstone of every conversation you will hear us talk about. So if you're listening to us talk right now, you will hear us. We literally, this is the cornerstone, guys, of everything that we're talking about here. You cannot investigate a person. And I don't know how to hell to explain this to people. They don't get it. They act like you could just write. Somehow people think that Trump could just write a list and send the attorney general out to investigate people. You can't do that. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. The law system, that is what I'm explaining right now, is exactly what Joe Biden was doing with the system. That's the reason we call it weaponization of the Justice Department.
Yeah.
It's called weaponization of the Justice Department because they were not investigating crimes. They were investigating people. And so if you're advocating for us to go just pick a person that you don't like, whoever it is, it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what you think they did. If you advocate for just picking a person out of the crowd and saying, we go investigate that person top to bottom, well, you know as good as I know that anybody that you if you were to investigate anyone, you're probably going to find something. That's the reason the law is organized the way that it is organized, to where you are innocent until proven guilty, and you're not guilty of anything unless somebody is accusing you of something. You're not guilty. Let me say it again. You're not guilty of anything unless someone's accusing you of something, because the government doesn't have the right to investigate people. The only thing the government can do is investigate criminal activity. So if you have criminal activity that you have evidence of, you should submit that to law enforcement, and you can't do anything else. People like Enrique Tarrio are typing into the internet that going and attacking Antifa in the streets is counterterrorism operations. He said that. That is the vigilante mindset, and that mindset is no different than BLM. It's no different than your little no kings people and your communists. It's the same exact mindset. They think that everybody should be investigated because of who they are, not because of their crimes. You're basically encouraging the negative.
And you're seeing arrests. Do you think that the human trafficking operation has anything to do with Joe Biden and the people that we're getting out of this country? Yes.
Of course.
Those are arrests.
Yes, they are arrests.
Mm-hmm. All right, bottom to top even. So, and all the people that are screaming for arrests, we have to realize that it takes time, guys. Okay? It takes time. All right, we're going to go into some other stuff now. Erika Kirk received the Charlie Kirk Legacy Award. Let's check it out.
We're honored to be here tonight as we celebrate the life and legacy of our good friend, Charlie Kirk.
He led a powerful movement rooted in faith, freedom, and a deep love for this country.
Charlie was courageous, bold, and committed to sharing his vision for America, its families, and the future.
His death marked a turning point for this nation. Charlie wasn't president. He wasn't even a politician, but he shaped a generation through his words.
We're just trying to reinstitute the founding principles, free market, fiscal responsibility. We don't consider this a Republican versus Democrat issue, but rather a generational one.
Charlie Kirk was bigger than life. Not only was he tall, but his message was big, well beyond his years, and really caring about the next generation.
Charlie understood very, very early on that there was a void, especially on college campuses for young people.
There have been a lot of youth organizations on campuses. They've met with varying degrees of success, but nothing even coming close to comparison of Turning Point. And the reason for that was Charlie Kirk.
I founded Turning Point USA to tell young people in America that there's a better way than big government and old school corruption.
I did this instead of going to college, which is the great irony of the whole thing, to start a college movement without actually going to college. Only in America is that possible, where an 18-year-old can start with nothing and just a dream and build something and really see that success.
Charlie Kirk made conservatism cool. He went into a battlefield where he knew many of the people would reject him, yet he still went.
Charlie understood that to change a dynamic, you had to reach them on a personal level, and that became his signature.
What strikes me about this generation is the most conservative generation that we have seen in well over 50 years, and the numbers show it. This is the greatest generational realignment since Woodstock.
In 2024, he was just flat out indispensable. When in your life did you ever think Republicans would take the youth vote or even get close?
He has impacted everyone in so many different ways, even the ways that we can't even see.
It's people like Charlie Kirk who revolutionized me, who made me realize the value in being a patriot. He made me understand the freedoms that we are so blessed to have here in America.
For Charlie, God came first, Erika and the children came second, and somewhere down was his calling.
What most people don't realize is before he stepped behind any microphone or in front of any camera, he prayed and he dedicated, Lord, let the words that we speak be the words that you want us to speak, to be the words that people need to hear.
He's amazing. I'm very blessed.
And I would not have been able to do any of it without Erika. And that's the real truth.
Today we're here to honor and remember a fearless warrior for liberty, beloved leader who galvanized the next generation like nobody I've ever seen before, the late, great Charlie Kirk.
Charlie was full of energy and life. He made politics fun, and we haven't had that in a very long time in this country. This is a man who touched an entire generation of Americans, electrified them, and made them patriots. And he did, in fact, change history. Charlie Kirk was an American original.
God is not done with the United States of America. Our best days are ahead of us.
In the wake of Charlie's death, his wife Erika has made it her mission to keep his legacy alive.
It is our great honor to present the first ever Charlie Kirk Legacy Patriot Award to the woman who refuses to surrender.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Erika Kirk.
I do too. I do too. Thank you so much, Suzanne. Thank you so much to the Fox News family. Thank you so much to Jesse and everyone that loved my husband so well. Thank you. Tonight, as I receive this award on behalf of my incredible husband, it's not just myself that's receiving it on his behalf. It is also our incredible Turning Point USA staff. It's our incredible Charlie Kirk Show staff. It's our 4,200 chapters on high school campuses and college campuses. It's the 800,000 student leaders that we have a part of our Turning Point USA family. And it's also the 800,000 students, yes, it's a lot, and the 8,000 churches that are a part of TPUSA Faith. Charlie would always tell myself and others that America is worth fighting for. It is, always will be. And I'll never forget the time where someone told him, I appreciate what you're saying, I just don't really like how you're saying it. I don't like your delivery, and I think you could reach more people if you changed that. And with his smirk, he would say, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. It's not how I'm saying it that's upsetting people. It's the fact that I'm saying the truth that's upsetting people. That's what he would say. And he would say the reason why they're upset is because the truth is convicting them. And they know it, and that's what the truth does. It convicts you, it changes you. And he knew that. And that's why he always spoke the way he did. He wasn't afraid to say the truth, to defend the truth, to lean into it, to not follow the crowd. He was a leader of it. He never fled from the spiritual battle that's ahead, and we all know it. We all feel the spiritual warfare. This whole room feels it. This whole nation feels the spiritual warfare. But Charlie would say that's how you know you're over the mark, when you feel it, when the enemy is there. That's how you know you're doing the Lord's work. And that's how you know you're defending truth. And that was his true barometer, was when he would feel that spiritual warfare. And I watched him pour every ounce of himself into the students, into raising up the most courageous generation, and inspiring so many people to stand firm in faith and to love this country. And I know this award is about legacy. It's about my legacy, our children's legacy, my husband's legacy, but it's also about your legacy. And I really want you to take a minute tonight to think about what that is. What are you leaving behind for your children? What are you standing for your family? Will you be proud of that when you get to heaven and stand before the Lord? Just think on that and pray on that, because I want to encourage you to know and understand something that Charlie knew and understood so deeply. He knew that evil wins when good people stay silent. And so for the rest of my life, I will make sure that I don't stay silent. I'll keep speaking the truth, no matter the cost. No matter the cost. And I pray that all of you do too, for Charlie. Thank you. God bless you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here.
Hey, Sean Hannity. No, thank you. But what? She vows not to stay silent. Wow. And that was a shot at Candace, wasn't it? Think before you speak.
And jealousy is a very, very sharp tool.
Yes,
and
it is.
And people that use it don't really realize what it looks like to other people that don't have it. And you can see it clear as day. And whenever you talk about spiritual warfare, well, jealousy is one of the things that the that the deceivers use inside of people.
Yeah. So Jennifer V says, as a woman, if there were real tears, her makeup would not be so perfect. She always dabs her left eye. I don't buy it. I woke up watching her behavior over the past few weeks. Stop it. If you really watched it, which I did, you could see the tears rolling. Stop it.
Yeah,
Just stop it.
That's not a real comment. That's not a person that woke up to anything. That is a person that is trying to destroy. This is what they do. This is how you know them by their fruits. The people that want to pick apart like a buzzard, it's a buzzard. Let me tell you something. If there's a buzzard out there picking apart a corpse, it's not a bald eagle. It's a buzzard.
Amen. Amen. And the ridiculousness that people might be believing if it's not a bot, right? Just stop. I mean, the two children have no dad now. Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. Never
go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that.
No, it's just these people are insane. Now we're going to go to another major award. This is a major award, Shady.
I know, dude. This is pretty cool, right?
Your first lady, the beautiful Melania Trump. Check it out. This is amazing, guys. She is so amazing. Here we go.
An unbelievable representation
for our Patriot of the Year award. President Reagan used to say something that really rings true in my heart, and I know in your heart as well. And America's great because America is good. Think about that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look around. This is an undeniable truth, an undeniable fact. Americans right here tonight in this room and all across this country routinely perform quiet acts of kindness for their fellow man simply because it's just the right thing to do. No matter the risk, no matter the cost, no matter the struggle, they do it day after day, year after year, decade after decade. Americans have been willing to put it all on the line to defend liberty and freedom and advance the human condition, not just for their own friends, not just for their own family, but for future Americans, those that haven't even been born yet. That's the level of sacrifice and commitment that they have in their hearts. Thank you. Tonight, our Patriot of the year is someone who perfectly exemplifies that kind of quiet courage that makes this country so great. She didn't ask for or expect this award or any award. She doesn't ask for recognition. And I'm not sure in her wildest dreams, growing up as a young girl behind the Iron Curtain, think about this, in Slovenia, did she ever expect to be the First Lady of our country, the United States of America? But every single day, Melania Trump has represented our country with honor, grace, style, all while raising a son and supporting a husband through some of the brightest and some of the darkest days in modern American history. Melania Trump is reinventing the role of America's First Lady. This First Lady is determined, she's action-oriented, and so consequential. She has championed the Take It Down Act, is leading the presidential AI challenge, secured $25 million in funding to house individuals from the foster care community, reunified 8 children. This was an amazing accomplishment of hers. 8 children and their families in the Ukraine and Russia conflict, and launched a global coalition of nations to empower children during the United Nations General Assembly entitled Fostering the Future Together. Our First Lady visited Americans impacted by disasters, conditions in North Carolina, California. More recently, she was in Texas. And while producing a new movie, promoting her New York Times #1 best-selling book, Melania, and continuing to advance all of her philanthropic initiatives and fostering the future, and no matter what gets thrown her way, I watch in awe. I know we all watch in awe. And you won't see her complaining on TV. I have never seen it. Instead, you can find her literally on a scene. We've seen it many times, comforting survivors after a natural disaster, or visiting our troops in Iraq on Christmas Day, or comforting children spending the holiday season in hospitals. This is the good that makes America great. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that Melania Trump will go down in history as one of the most impactful people ever to grace the halls of that White House at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And I'll add, tonight, it is well past time that she gets the recognition she deserves.
The People's First Lady. Well said, Storm Rider.
First Lady Melania Trump pays a visit to Children's National Hospital in Washington.
Say thank you.
First Lady Melania Trump has made it her mission to protect children from the dangers of artificial intelligence.
This room is filled with the brightest minds of our time.
as leaders and parents, we must manage AI's growth responsibly. I stood alongside the President in the Rose Garden as he signed the Take It Down Act into law.
The bill would make it a crime to post non-consensual, intimate imagery online, whether it's real or AI generated.
That moment was not only powerful, but deeply emotional. Let us continue to lead with empathy, foster collaboration, and create environments where all children feel safe and empowered.
Fierce flooding tore through parts of central Texas early Friday. Damaged riverbanks now scattered with broken trees and overturned rocks.
First Lady and I are here in Texas to express the love and support and the anguish of our entire nation.
We just met with the wonderful families. We pray with them, we hug, we hold hands to everybody who lost a loved one. Our nation is grieving with you.
The First Lady honored global women leaders at the International Women of Courage Awards.
We are honored to join an exceptional assembly of brave women. Their courage propels humanity forward by advocating to end violence against women and girls, defending human rights, and fighting injustice.
First Lady Melania Trump helped reunite Ukrainian children with their families.
8 children have been rejoined with their families during the past 24 hours.
This is someone who's not just going to go in and be a ceremonial First Lady, she's going to make a difference.
Fox Nation, are you ready? Please join me in welcoming Fox Nation's Patriot of the Year, the First Lady of the United States of America, Melania Trump.
Yes. Press 47. If you love Melania, guys, let's see those 47s.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hannity, Fox Nation, and all of the American patriots here in the audience and at home. Without you, I wouldn't be standing here today. I applaud American dreamers and innovators who embrace originality. Let's embrace the spirit of ambition. Let's celebrate everyone who dares to think differently, for it is these courageous Americans who are.
You know, we are thinking differently and we're getting our butts handed to us, but we're going to, you know, I'm okay. We're okay to think differently than all the psyops, right, Shady?
That's what I'm hearing.
Okay, good.
The heartbeat of our civilization. Trust me, I know a little bit about challenging convention. Patriotism in our country dates back to our rebellious founders who raged against British rule, seeking independence from the crown. They all defied expectations, politically and intellectually. Each shared a common trait. They reinvented how things work. We all have an image of Benjamin Franklin flying his kite in a lightning storm, the original innovator in science and technology. Thomas Jefferson pioneered architecture and design. Hamilton, our banking system. Each built an extraordinary life, and in doing so, built a stronger America. Their personal ambition became a public good, benefiting us all. We see it again and again. Personal achievement fuels collective progress. When someone creates from conviction a song, a movement, an idea, it ripples outward, uniting our people. Daring to chase your dream is the American way. Innovation isn't accidental here, it's in our DNA. In this country, innovation is a form of patriotism. But most innovators know it's lonely when you are close to the edge of imagination, when you have a deep belief in your own power to create the new results. This is exactly where the real change begins. American ingenuity built Silicon Valley, landed humans on the moon, and powered every industrial leap forward, from our winding railroads to artificial intelligence. Our great capital markets fuel development, and every day we celebrate our cultural disruptors, from music to art, and my new favorite frontier, the silver screen. The silver screen and I have been in deep conversation lately. You may have heard the news. I produced a new film with Amazon MGM named Melania. What does the world want to know about becoming America's First Lady? The idea came to me shortly after the presidential election, a first of its kind capturing the 20 days of my life before the inauguration. 20 intense days of transformation, from private citizen to First Lady, balancing my business, my philanthropy, fostering the future, building my East Wing team and the White House staff, and of course, caring for my family. Creatively, my film provides a snapshot into a defining moment in history. But what's equally powerful is its ripple effect. My single vision united photographers, filmmakers, music makers, writers, and creative visionaries across New York, Palm Beach, DC, and LA, leading to an impactful bicoastal collaboration, driving job growth and impact far beyond the screen. Every breakthrough starts with one person daring to imagine what's never been done. Her friends call it unrealistic. Her family declares it's far-fetched, but the human spirit moves forward anyway, turning vision into reality. One mind, one idea, one act of courage. Risk and reinvention aren't optional, they're obligations. Be relentless in experimentation. Never stop trying new things. Keep pushing yourself to grow, both intellectually and personally. Embrace different perspectives, even opposing ones. Open your mind, then change the world through your talent and hard work. We talk a lot about the greater good. The truth is, the greater good is built by the few who dare to think differently. It's the designer who imagines beauty where others see data. It's the engineer who stays up all night refining an algorithm that reshapes an entire industry. Those who produce give. They create employment, tools, knowledge, and eventually cities. And from their creation, the common good rises, naturally, beautifully, inevitably. So, America, tonight, let's make a personal pledge to celebrate ambition and scale imagination to create a more advanced and prosperous society. Individual productivity is not selfish. It's the heartbeat of civilization. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here.
Hey, Sean Hannity is not here. Hey, Jeff Peterson here, Shady Griff.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey now. All right, so we are going to be going into Premium Pandora's Box, the ultimate unseen hand for the New World Order. It is our premium content only on Rumble. Go to rumble.com/MG Show. Find the live show there. If you want to join YouTube, go to rumble.com/MG Show. We're going to go ahead and take a break. Yeti, take us out.
Much love, guys.
The MG Show. Not funded by dark money, but funded by listeners like you.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you